Again, good morning, grade 10. We will continue the discussion with our topic reproductive system. We are now in the middle of the discussion and we are actually going towards sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my shared screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the common sexually transmitted diseases, STDs. Okay, when say STD, it is actually diseases which are actually associated with sexual intercourse. So it is actually sexually transmitted diseases. Let's have first HIV. Okay, this is really common. HIV are common, or HIVs are common, simply because um, it was transferred to us by they're telling us that it actually came from a monkey. Okay, it actually came from a monkey, but transferred to human. Okay. Aside from that, this happens simply because our culture has been changed. It matters. Cultural. At the same time, we are actually changed by Western countries, and these changes, if you cannot adapt to it or you cannot understand the concept behind, you will be fell towards those. That is why I am here um, to give you an idea, to emphasize this as sacred, sagrado. Okay? Akong binisayon, these things are sagrado, given by God, entrusted to us by God, and we tend to abuse it. I heard a lot of things about this. How do this HIV actually transmitted? This is transmitted through blood transfusion. Okay, HIV, by the way, is a virus, viral in nature, and the mode of transmission is through sexual intercourse, sexual contact, by blood, by semen. Okay, by blood meaning to say that there are some blood transfusion. If you're gone with blood transfusion that came from an HIV positive, therefore there's a big possibility that you'll be an HIV positive also. Contaminated needles, kaya mga needles yung ginamit ba na wala bitaw i-dispose. That is why it's really important that if you're going to have an injection, it should be clean, it should be new. Okay? These needles should be disposed after using. And again, I've seen a lot of babies bitaw, your younger siblings or your neighbors playing with the needles. If you've seen some, please dispose those needles even at home. Okay, again, if you've seen some, if you have a lot of needles at home, syringe needles, please dispose it properly. Okay, do not let the children play with it. Okay, even the syringe, we dispose it properly. Dirty needles, mother to fetus. For the mother to fetus, yes, because this is a virus, this can be transferred through placenta. Okay, from placenta going to the baby for the fetus. Therefore, if the mother is HIV positive, there a big possibility, or there is a big possibility that the baby also might be HIV positive. And remember, we don't have cure for HIV as of the moment, okay? But we have suppressors. And these suppressors, it just suppress the effects of HIV. Remember that this HIV will not actually kill you, okay? You'll be killed, or you will be killed by those bacteria and virus in your environment. That is why That is why commonly sa mga namatyan sa HIV positive, they are actually into bronchitis, bronchopneumonia. Why? Because we're breathing and we get those bacteria in the environment. Remember that your environment is not 100% clean, to tell you honestly. That's why you need your immune system to fight those bacteria in your environment. It is not 100% clean, even if you swab. Okay, we tried that one whenever we go in our laboratory. So if we can do the laboratory, well, definitely we can test the bacteria in your environment. Okay, even in the air, we capture some air from the environment and test, swab, um, check on the bacterial content. Yes, there are a lot of bacteria in your air, so it's not safe. If your immune system is suppressed or down. Okay. Again, HIV is common. The mode of transmission is usually sexual contact, blood transfusion, dirty needles, mother to fetus. Let's move now to chlamydia. Chlamydia is bacterial in nature. Okay. Signs and symptoms. By the way, for HIV signs and symptoms, generally illness. Okay. Swollen glands. Swollen glands. Um, pneumonia. This is usual, pneumonia. And skin cancer. Okay, there are some pigments in the skin, red pigments. Those are usual. But sometimes HIV is asymptomatic, so it will just the signs and symptoms will just appear around 3 months or six. It depends upon your body or how long your body can actually suppress. Okay, chlamydia is bacterial in nature, so signs and symptoms it is burning or itchy in the genital area or urinary areas. So if in the girls, burning or itchy kaayo in the area in the for the girls it's in the clitorial area or clitoris. For the boys, it is in the penile area. Penile area. These are just the areas where the chlamydia will actually stay. The penile area. Transmission, sexual contact, of course, and mother to fetus. Cardia, diarrhea is bacterial inhalation, diarrhea and abdominal pain. Those are the signs and symptoms. Sexual contact, blood, and feces. Okay, those are the mode of transmission. Let's move now to gonorrhea. If you have questions, please raise your questions. Okay, gonorrhea, this is common. Okay, bacterial in nature. When you say bacterial in nature, it can be killed by antibiotics. But remember that if this bacteria is not just ordinary bacteria, they have thick cell wall, cellular wall, which made up of peptidoglycan and lipopolysaccharide. So it takes time for the antibiotic to dissolve those in their cell wall. So by the way, your antibiotics will kill the bacteria or bacterium. How? They actually kill your bacteria or bacterium by dissolving the cell wall. That's why the thicker the cell wall, the bigger the time or the longer the antibiotic should stay in your bloodstream in order to dissolve the cell wall of the bacteria. That's the concept behind. Okay, that's why it's commonly 7 days. Okay, let's move on to gonorrhea. Again, bacterial in nature. Common, this is common. This is the cause for sira. Discharge from penile area or penis or vagina, vaginal canal. So usually it will stay in the vaginal canal and in the penile area. You can see, highly observable, you can observe some pus coming out, inana, mugawas, and the cause for gonorrhea or the transmission or the mode of transmission is through sexual contact.
That's
Okay?
the tulo, teacher.
Tulo, yes.
Tulo.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm. That's the cause for tulo.
Okay.
That's really common. And please, if somebody has this one, and I heard a lot of stories that they drink soap. No, it will not cure. It is not a medicine for that. It is not a the way it the way a person handles it. No, do not drink soap. It is not the cure. Okay. Aside from that, coconut. No, it will not do something about it. All you have to do is to consult a doctor and ask for medication. The usual medication that they will give to you is a higher level of antibiotics. That is to dissolve the cell wall, the higher level of antibiotics. That is why antibiotics nowadays are controlled, meaning to say that you cannot actually buy antibiotics by your own. You need to have a prescription. Okay? It is controlled because a lot of people, especially in the Philippines, abuse the use of antibiotics. Okay. Example, gonorrhea. Sure, di ba antibiotics ang tambal? Yes. Uh, you're taking penicillin, ampicillin, cephalexin. Those are just lower levels. And it will not kill the bacteria. It will not kill the gonorrhea. Why? Gonorrhea is higher. Okay? You need a higher level of antibiotics. The tendency is the bacteria there will mutate. You know what I mean? Magmutate. If there are some mutation happening, it will not be killed by the higher level of antibiotics. So the pharmaceuticals again will formulate another antibiotics for that, higher than the regular. So that's the problem. Okay? Because we abuse it. By the way, if you're taking antibiotics, you need to take it 7 days or prescribed by the doctors 5 days. It depends upon. Do not take antibiotic with underdose. Underdose means to say that instead of taking mahal mo ang antibiotic, sir. So instead of taking 500 milligrams, I'll be taking 250. No, that's underdose. Um, mahal mo good, sir. So nawa naman sa for 3 days, di na lang ko matake. No, that's underdose again. Okay? You follow the procedures given by the doctors because underdose will give time for the bacteria to mutate. And once there are some mutations, then if it will be scattered and the pharmaceuticals don't have the proper um, examination of that particular bacteria, tendency is it will not be killed by a higher dose of or a higher level of antibiotics. Let's move now to herpes. Herpes is a virus, okay? Viral in nature. Okay, right? We have two types of herpes: the type 1 and type 2. Type 1 and type 2. What are the differences? The differences is the source. Okay, painful sores around mouth and vagina, burning or pain during urination, burning sensation. Okay. The difference are the amount of or the sore. No? Type 2 herpes usually have reoccurrence. Magbalik-balik, reoccurrence. Herpes type 1 is easily removed or easily deactivated. Remember that these are virus. We cannot kill virus. Instead, we can deactivate and remove it in our system. Okay. Again, if you happen to observe some source, you need to check. You need to have a proper checkup with your doctors. Sexual contact. These are usually sexual contact in herpes. Syphilis. Syphilis is bacterial in nature. Pimple-like sores on genitals. Okay? It looks like pimples in the genitals. Mode of transmission, this is direct sexual contact with the sore or mother to fetus. Vaginal infection, this are common also. Okay? Bacteria, this is caused by bacteria. And the signs and symptoms, bad smelling discharges, pain during intercourse. So these are the common. The mode of transmission, sexual contact of some infectious spread object, towels, equipment. That is why it is really important to have a proper hygiene, okay, especially girls. Remember that the female productive organs are sensitive than the male. Okay, that is why it is actually covered by a two covered by two coverings. Okay, if you're going to observe it, the labia minora and the labia majora, these are covered because this is highly sensitive. At the same time, um, it can actually generate a lot of, or it can actually gather a lot of bacteria if in case. Okay. Next, we have genital warts. This is viral in nature. Warty growths in genital area. Warts, I'll put it in Bisaya. Warts meaning to say, Congo, more sa Congo ba? Okay. Sexual contact and mother to infant. Now, some of these are asymptomatic. Okay. Some of these are highly observable. But if we will handle this properly, we can stop the mode of transmission and we can actually isolate these bacteria and virus. So again, I am here to enlighten you with those and hopefully also to learn something out of it. That these matters are really sacred and this was given by God for us for free. We are given also by God with a proper thinking. Hopefully you will be logical enough to think about this. Okay? And as what I had observed in the youth, it's different now. Okay, hopefully also you can share the idea to your family, friends, relatives about this. Sometimes they don't understand. Okay? Sometimes they don't understand. But now you have the idea already. Hopefully you can let them understand the concept. Right? I think that will be all for today, class. Do you have any question? Do you have any
No,
question?
teacher.
None so
Oh,
far.
Are you sure?
yes.
Okay. Did you learn something about our lesson?
A lot
Great.
about STD.
Yes. Diba I told you uh, in the previous meeting that we will be emphasizing sexually transmitted diseases because this is common. This is rampant. Okay? According to my friend Dr. Bolizer, which is in DOH now, there are a lot of cases of HIV in Cebu. Again, there are a lot of cases in HIV in Cebu. And the cases, uh, we're talking about age levels, it becomes lower and lower and lower. 14, 16, those are the age, 18. So by this, um, with this way, I can give you an idea and you can share the idea to your friends, relatives, and loved ones. Okay? And by education also, you can determine or you can analyze what is good and what is bad. You're already grown enough for this, and hopefully you'll be responsible enough in handling those. Right? I think that will be all for today, class. Do you have any questions? Clarification?
None.
Okay. I think that will be all for today. Thank you for your time, and have a nice day, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye and thank you.
Yes, ma'am.